Moved there when he was 3 years old. Clancy about to get the match underway here in Tokyo. Its final preparations are being made for the Rugby World Cup. It goes left and it's knocked forward, I think, by Uruguay. Japanese ball. Good to get an early run. And not really tackled there, Fukuoka. On to Leach, the captain for Japan. Ball recycled. Tanaka throws it out. Ono with a little jink and a spill. Omachea goes for territory. Something they didn't do very well last week, Uruguay. Put the ball out in the full a lot. And Goromaru finds a very good few meters that time, but Uruguay take it quickly. Taken down by the man who kicked. Bachesi was up in defence for Uruguay. They go wide again, and it's a territorial game at the moment with a good roll on. Mieres puts it onto his left foot. Leach is back. Plays for the Waikato, I should say the Chiefs. And again another kick, their fourth one in the game so far. But Chassie's back with a foot inside his own 22. Tui, I think it was, trying to claim it over the touchline. And the first line out. So Eddie Jones, rumours about him going to the Stormers in Super Rugby next year as Japan take a quick line out through Hori. Ono shuffles it on to Craig Wing, back in the team for the first time in about 2 years. Tanaka finds some space. Hori goes through. He scored a try last week. Tanaka pushes it over. There's a bit of space. The bounce of the ball will be critical, and it finds the touchline, saving Uruguay there. Very positive, clean start from Japan. Uruguay, Sabino with a nice tackle around the legs. Uruguay forced to tackle a lot in this first 2 minutes. See Japan with a height advantage there. Thompson up at 196, but Zabinho after that tackle. Omachea pulling the jumper is the call from Clancy. But Chelsea does what he should. It's a nice clearance from the penalty there. You can see the path of the ball coming from Zabinho, showing that he was pulled by Leach. Aboleya makes it 2 lineouts in a row. Pick and drive this time from Uruguay, trying to suck Japan in. The way Japan started the match last week. Another meter. Japan not really committing as Broadhurst goes in for a clean out. Knock on there as he tried to pick and go. Did Aboleya, I think it was, yes. Uruguay number 2. There we see Pablo Lemoyne, head coach of Uruguay. 2 tries in 2003 at the World Cup. 2 victories to date in their 2 World Cups. Uruguay, 1 over Spain, 1 over Georgia. Japan, on the other hand, 7 World Cups, 1 victory back in 1991 against Zimbabwe. Steady first scrum there. That'll please. Tanaka wants to get it going. Little short kick. Fukuoka takes it nicely. He's in, he's out, but he's taken in the cover tackle brilliantly. Gibernau it was who was across. Tui finds Mikami. He goes straight ahead. Tui's back into it. lays the ball back. It's quick ball for Japan. The runner was Broadhurst. He got it on the shoulder.
Time off. Harada, I need you to check something, please.
And Clancy wants a look.
Harada, can you check something, please? TMO. I want to check if there was an obstruction of a supporting player in back play. So following the breakaway, I want to check on the number of the Uruguay player that obstructed an opponent.
What was it, TMO?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so obstruction during the last play from a Uruguayan player.
Yeah.
Holding a Japanese player back. That's the call from Clancy. Let's see what TMO Harada finds. There's a bit of dew on the ground here at Tokyo evening. This Tokyo evening. That was a lovely kick from Ono. Fukuoka in and out brilliantly.
Yeah, okay, so you see on the left, there's a player there, Harada.
And then we see in the background, Sao it was who collided with someone.
I need to identify that player from Uruguay, please.
Okay, Clancy, I think, is... it could be a card coming here because he seems to know what happened. He's just not sure which player was involved.
Yeah, so that player, I need his line.
Oh, there we go. That was it. Taken out, Sal taken out. Almost a head-high tackle as well.
Your number 9 is going to be a yellow card against him.
10 minutes in the bin. That was a strange one from the Uruguayan halfback.
Stop. Shh. Thank you. Harada, wait, stop. What I'm seeing is that a supporting player was taken out. Do you agree? Thank you.
Because my father
No, there's a supporting player. Yellow card.
Well, he tried to defend himself, but silly stuff. Augustine Omacheya will get a rest for 10 minutes, and that'll put the pressure on Uruguay. Leach calls for the sideline for the kick to the corner. Take advantage of the one-man advantage. And Goromaru does just that. Line out 5 meters out. We've seen a couple of tries from the line out, from the drive from Japan. Will we see it again? It looks like it. Henrik Tui has scored on a couple of occasions. He has it as they try to keep their form. They go down. The ball is there somewhere. Well defended by Uruguay. And they've produced a penalty as well. That will impress the coach. And it's that pocket rocket of a blind side flanker. Gamanara in the thick of it. He was a handful last week, but he did get a few penalties against him as well. Well, not the start Japan would have wanted with that numerical advantage. Uruguay, another line now. That's 3 for them. A nice clean take this time by Nieto. Almost lost his shorts. But the ball goes forward with the man in blue. And pulled down, pulling them all down to the call. Now, Berchesi, not sure if this is within his range, but he's got a big kick on him. 10-meter line. He's going to go for field position. So accurate starts from both teams so far, and well done Uruguay there. Here we see it was Tui on the side. Thompson perhaps lost his balance. Variation to the front, but same jumper in Nieto. Going to drive again. They're being met. Thompson's gone through the middle, but Uruguay communicate and go around the side. A lot of traffic. 3 defenders from Japan that time. Bachesi's in a halfback. Look like they're going to keep it close. They go 1 out. One off runner again. Magno, the open side. Bachesi. He's delivering the ball nicely from halfback as the number 10. Organising his troops. They go to Aboleya, who lets it go past. Quick ball, Japan. Tanaka, it's a charge down there. Not quite the execution he would have wanted. Vilaseka, the younger brother of the captain, Santiago.
There's the ball right there. Your own player's lying on it. Your own player.
Nieto, being busy. Secures that one again. As Uruguay push forward slowly, but Chessie goes high. Matsushima gets a run. In for Hesketh on that right wing. Another little kick. The bounce is not a good one for Fukuoka. Genki Fukuoka. Oh no, he had to look up though. That's smart play. It reminds me a little bit of Colin Slade in the way he runs with the ball in hand there and just delivering that kick. As I mentioned, he has played with him. Kosei Ono. Well, that wasn't particularly straight, but Clancy lets it go. Another tidy Uruguayan line-out. Standing still is Parada. Caught behind the game line. But Chessie stabs it ahead. And it beats everyone to the touchline. And so far, so good for Uruguay with only 14 men on the field.
I'm not going to slow the game down for you. You hurry on and get to the man.
But a little warning there from referee Clancy as they try to kill some time. Broadhurst slaps it down. Hori though. And Japan get it in the end. Tanaka, no, Ono bursts upfield after stepping 2. Tanaka gets it. Hori. He's a good runner as well. He's the Japanese hooker. Player not rolling away there. Hitoshi Ono, number 5 for Japan, trying his best to get rid of the player over the ball. He earns his 93rd cap today. Goromaru again with a top touch finder. Well, it's a happy hunting ground is Prince Chichibu Memorial Stadium 2 years ago. A lot of these players who are here today for Japan were part of the team that beat Wales 23 points to 8. Tui, Hendrik Tui, 2 tries a week ago, goes for a run. Nice interplay. Sal, hands on the ball. Nieto pushed away. Ball goes too wide of the ruck that time. It was a nice pass. Tanaka finds Thompson. Last week he was on the bench. He finds his locking partner, Ono, who's met hard. Broadhurst scored a try in that match 2 years ago against Wales. Nice offload from the open side flanker. Tanaka's there, of course. Craig Wing takes the dummy. And there's another man who scored 2 years ago. Sorry, it's Goromaru. Ayumu Goromaru. Thought it was Craig Wing for a start because of his position there. But Broadhurst was left alone. For some reason, Gamanara let him go. And after that, quick hands, nice running, little delay, the dummy from Goromaru, and the first try is on the board. Well, really started from Thompson and his little offload, and Broadhurst, and just simple hands and a dummy. There are numbers outside, so the Uruguayan defense was in two minds. Japan is on the board. Well, he's the all-time point scorer for Japan. He scored 15 last week from the boot. They pushed it up to nearly 550 points for his country in all tests, and this is his 52nd test. And I think he brought it back around. He did indeed, to convert his own try. Pleasing start for Japan and Eddie Jones, as the Brave Blossoms lead 7-0 here after about 15 minutes. Tui loves to run. Japan using Goromaru smartly to kick downfield and gain some good meters, and then Ono across field with his kicks. Tui again under it. Gets another run, this time gets a bit more space. Gets up to full speed, he's looking for the cut from Matsushima, and he's got it. He slices through, tries to offload, decided to hold the ball, crashing through. That's a try for Japan. Right from the kickoff. It can't have taken more than a minute. Japan's on the board with another try. This time to Keisei Ono. Hendrik Tui split the Uruguayans from the kickoff reception. Matsushima accelerated. He was brought down. Got himself, got the ball free. One runner among the blue jerseys in the first five, after pulling out with injury last week, is on the board. Well, he was only there a minute ago, Ayumu Goromaru, and he's going to have another go, this time from the other side. From the same side, sorry, a lot closer though. 14-0 Japan. And that was very nice play. Uruguay really do need to bounce back here. They started strongly. They started in a very positive manner. The line-out's been going well. Omache is back on. Perhaps a lapse there. Tui, Groundhog Day, as he takes it again and goes for another run. And the same pattern for Japan. It's working. Mieres shuffles it over. Bachesi goes for a little chip. Japanese defense is there. It's covered by Tanaka. Sloppy around the ruck, but Japan do get it this time. Broadhurst steps off his right. Half through. Oh no. Wing. Nice hands from Sal. He almost gets away from Villaseca. Uruguayan number 12. Hori is light on his feet, the Japanese hooker. Tanaka turns them around. Mieres has a bit of time. Uses his football skills to get that one downfield. Well, you can see Japan are following a structure here. It's working for them. Broadhurst used as the jumper for Japan. Tui as the, was it Leach as the battering ram? Leach it was, the captain. Tanaka looking, where should it go? Oh no, again, goes for the wing. There's a bit of space there. Fukuoka's going to challenge in the air. Mieres as well. Perhaps just a lineup. May have gone back from Mieres.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. Off blue. Clancy asking the question. Ono is very, very good at those little kicks. You see the Uruguayan defence is up quite flat through the centre. And that's the right call. Broadhurst off the top. Tui beats one. Tanaka's looking for the ball. Gamanara it was who's stolen it. He's so much like Phil Waugh, the Australian, former Australian flanker. I wonder if we'll see a replay of that one, how Gamanara got in there and stole the ball from Japan. No contest from Uruguay. Oh, up in defence quickly. Goromaru though takes a bit to stop. Tanaka, the littlest man on the field, felt that one. Thompson, New Zealand born veteran here in this Japanese side. Tanaka, oh no, intercept, advantage play on. It's Aboleya who throws a speculative ball. Clancy was there. He says that one went forward. It will be a Uruguayan scrum though. Japan trying to play. I think it was Sao who wasn't quite ready for this one. Tui, yes it was, sorry, Craig Wing thought Henrik Tui was going to get the ball.
Yeah, I'll have a word. I'm looking at it. I don't see.
Craig Wing from a rugby league background. And the news here with his start. The last chance perhaps for him to make a World Cup claim.
Make sure there's no obstruction in the back line when you have the runners. I think it's okay, but
Little word there about the runners, the dummy runners in the Japanese back line from referee Clancy.
pass the rock.
So a number of World Cup caps in the Japanese team, like Hitoshi Ono, Broadhurst, Thompson, all been there, done that for Japan. Aiming for the quarterfinals this year. Going to be a tough one for the Brave Blossoms. Uruguay, no players with World Cup experience apart from the coach, of course, Pablo Lemoyne. Last in the Rugby World Cup in 2003.
Stay near the scrum.
Scrum holds for Japan. Ono straight this time. He's looking for Matsushima. Gets him early. Puts it on the foot. Sloppy defence from Uruguay, but it's tidied by Mieres. He goes to ground. Umachea. One out runner. Say hello to Luke Thompson. Nieto got a knock on the head last week. He looked a bit ginger there. He certainly did. Blindsided by Luke Thompson. Not rolling away is the call. Bit of blood again this time. Perhaps from the brow. So he got a cut on the head, came back with the headgear on last week. I think he was replaced temporarily by Juan de Freitas. But he's also got a bit of claret this time. He really didn't see Luke Thompson coming.
I had your back, okay? Just trust me. I'd live to see how they play.
Let's have a look here. Head clash it was, I think, from between Thompson and Nieto. So 20 days and 12 hours and 34 minutes to go until the Rugby World Cup kicks off in England. Exciting times for all rugby fans. And Nieto, well, blood injury here. It should not affect his World Cup chances at all. And they bring on Matthias Beer. Big raps on this kid, 21 years of age. So going for a bit more speed around the breakdown. Perhaps try and get into some of those Japanese runners. Steal a bit more ball along with Kamanara. No lineouts against the throw so far in the match.
Hang on.
Okay, musical chairs there, line-out time.
Japan, keep the gap. Okay? Nice big gap. So don't cross the line, and that's what I know. No. Yeah, don't cross the line.
They go to the back, but it's thrown over Matthias Beer. Hendrik Tsui goes forward for Japan. Tanaka off on a run. Matsushima was on his own, so he puts it on the toe. Omachaya back. Matsushima makes contact, but the Uruguayan halfback did well.
Good attitude in the scrum.
Broadhurst pulls it from the middle of the, in between the two teams. Malesau goes on a run. Tanaka, Ono, spins around as the defense came up. They probe the blind side to Japan. Tanaka. Runner is Thompson. Keep it alive. Oh no, short ball, straight through, goes Fukuoka. Can he find some support? Omachaya covering in behind was there. That was a lovely ball from Ono. They go left again, hands might do it. Leach on Prada, the centre. He's too strong, sorry, it's Broadhurst. Michael Broadhurst brought in this week at open side for Hayden Hopgood. Into his 50s in caps is Broadhurst, and he's a prominent try scorer for the Brave Blossoms. He's done it again. Ono with a lovely ball as Corral was sucked in. Uruguayan prop. Machea did well, but Fukuoka fought very hard to keep the ball alive. Ono, simple hands, two forwards out there. Prada stepped by Broadhurst. And another try for Japan.
With ice the next time. Ice, cold.
So 19-0 as Sayumu Goromaru gets to kick from the other side. he puts it straight down the middle. Nice work from the Japanese number 15, and it's a very convincing lead here for Japan. Ono is directing play very well, in for Tatakawa, who was in for him last week. Tanaka surveyed the options. Thompson. Broadhurst still had work to do. 21-0 Japan. Matsushima throws the dummy. Makes some ground. Well, they've worked their patterns very well, Japan. Mieres is for a run. Might beat a few. Umachaya, can they test it out wide? Give the centres a bit of a run. Andre Villaseca, strip ball, but back in the hands of the Uruguayans. Good hands. Magno gets it on the outside. Not releasing. Ball to Japan. Fukuoka that time made the tackle up on his feet and secured the penalty. Well, Japan will be targeting USA in their Pool B for a victory. One of the first times the Uruguayan team has put it out through their hands. There we see Fukuoka making the tackle, straight on top, on his feet, contesting the ball, penalty. Leach breaking a tackle or two. Hori, again, he's very elusive. Is the Japanese hooker. Ono. Craig Wing. Getting involved there. Big hit. Ono was driving it on. He got floored. Uruguay have taken the ball off Japan. A good run here. It's Magno, I think. The nice little chip and chase. It is too. The open sider showing his skills, and he gets to his feet. Well played. Great awareness. Keeps the ball alive for Uruguay. Captain takes it in. Santiago Villaseca. Umachea. It's Prada having a run. He missed the tackle on Broadhurst. Needs to get into play, but Jesse taken low. Well, Clancy is clear. Right good form. Takayama reaching over. Felipe Berchesi along with Augustin Omachea playing the French league. Just two players based overseas. Rugby very much an amateur game in Uruguay, and proud of that. Said it was Magno. Of course it wasn't Magno, the open side flanker. It was the winger who's in this week. Had a bit of time last week, Leandro Levas. That chip and chase. And Levas looking like a flanker when he went into the contact, of course. Few faces building here for Uruguay. Straight down the call.
You can't have a contest. No, number 8.
So a relieving penalty for Japan.
good listening to get it away, okay? Yeah, it's no maul, play it straight away.
So it's the after the blood bin, Nieto went straight to ground supporting the player there. Outside of the hand from Thompson. It works though. Craig Wing shuffles off nicely to Malasau. He's a strong runner, is the Japanese centre. It's popped up though as it's ball's driven forward. Uruguay with a chance here. Corral. Villaseca takes it on like a loose forward. Omachaya skips away. Stolen by Japan. Pass in very tight territory there. Goromaru thinks about the kick, takes the pass instead. Fukuoka is everywhere. He's made a lot of meters so far. And George Clancy says he held on too long. Well, pinged for what he won the penalty for just a few minutes ago. Play certainly starting to open up here. But Jesse, third tackler, finally got him. Tight calf for Abolea. Uruguayan hooker, perhaps cramping up a little. And it will be a Uruguayan line out in between the halfway and 22. Just one line out against the throw. That was the overthrow that went over the bloodbin replacement, Matthias Beer. They go wide. Good run there. Levas straight into it. Not tackled, not held. He is a handful, and he's showing he wants to be in that World Cup squad. Ball on the ground. Ruled okay, no knock on. But Jesse, all this tight traffic there, both of them cutting into the same space or switching. Gamanara.
Just knocked on here. Just knocked on. Steele was good and then it was knocked on.
So the call there, the steal was good, but a slight knock on by Japan.
Good stop, good stop.
And Broadhurst, well, he did fumble it. Forward, well, that's what Clancy says. Very good opportunity here for Uruguay. Middle of the park. Scrum. They've got a solid scrum. Let's see, I would be looking for Leandro Levas on the right wing if I was Uruguay. They try to push them. The ball is kind of stuck in behind Japanese feet as it started to twist. George Clancy says we'll have another scrum. Uruguay hold on to the ball.
Move it out here, we go again.
The turf getting a little bit roughed up there.
You just want to make sure that you get that shoulder out and you're going straight. Yeah. Just get that shoulder out. And you as well, okay? Here we go. I'm looking at the hips. Okay.
Oh, Japan with a strong scrum.
Ball came out the tunnel again. The ball came out the tunnel again. Same footing.
Another scrum for Uruguay. The scrum was good last week, but the Brave Blossoms have made some personnel changes. Luke Thompson's back in there. Takayama is in that front row. Broadhurst on the side.
I like it. I can see you're doing your best here.
So Japan trying to push Uruguay off the ball here, which is Uruguay's forte, to hold opposition and win those kind of scrum battles.
We have a scrum. Let's go. Yeah, okay.
Very much like Argentina, of course, the big brothers rugby-wise. So Los Tiros need a clean hook here from Abolea. He had a bit of cramp or something in that calf, so perhaps that's affecting him. They need to hook it back early on. The ball is sitting there. It's twists again, but they get a bit of a push on. And they go right towards Levas. He needs the ball early. He gets it. Offloads. There's a knock on. Promising play, Uruguay. Leandro Levas was to be the recipient there, and he got a bit of ground. Fukuoka hung on to him. Sao got a hand in there, but Mieres was spilling the ball in the end forward.
Are you okay?
Some of the players cramping up. It is the hooker. That's that calf.
So, Captain? Just on the last scrum, I didn't see any infringement.
Bit of a headache here for Pablo Lemoyne.
But I tell you, correct. But I told the scrum half to use it. He used it.
We talk there between Clancy and Santiago Villaseca, the Uruguayan captain. Fumiaki Tanaka looking as though he's enjoying proceedings out there. Brave Blossoms certainly are going for it.
Time back on.
Abolea is on his feet. Going to put that calf under pressure with the scrum. Japan have the ball. Very defensive scrum here. But they have a very healthy lead of 21-0 with just over a minute to go in this first half here in Tokyo. Hendrik Tui doesn't waste any time going for a run. They're going inside one. Tanaka, Koromaru. He finally puts boot to ball after he was put under some pressure. Levas opens it up. Mieres. Left foot from him. And it bounces out. There were a lot of balls out in the full last week from Uruguay. Perhaps they should have gone more on the attack, on the counter-attack that time. After putting good pressure on Goromaru. 10 lineouts from 10 for Japan. They'll be pleased with that. Shotohori again finds the tall timber of 1.96 m, Luke Thompson.
Don't lift his leg, don't lift his leg.
Maul here, Japan just killing time, I feel. Ono puts it out. Clancy calls for half-time here in Tokyo. Eddie Jones grabs his notebook, and he should be pretty pleased with that first 40 from his troops. Tries there for Goromaru, Broadhurst and Ono, the first 5. And 3 conversions for a 21-0 lead for the Brave Blossoms in the second match. The final warm-up match for Japan before the Rugby World Cup kicks off And we'll be back soon with the second half. We'll see if he's replaced Magno on the open side. Deep kick from Jesse. As usual, Tui grabs it and goes forward, but he spills it. Uruguay, flat ball, but front foot. Jesse. Pass behind and hit hard was the winger. Given out. Straight up the middle, and that's effective from Uruguay. Little shuffle of the ball. That's Nieto, I think, the number 8 going through. Hard to see the number. Oh, well controlled by Gamanara, but Japan have stolen it. Goromaru shuffles it across to Leach as they look to open up. Hands it is. Fukuoka's all the way over on the wing there. Both the wingers beside one another. They go the same way. Takayama in this week, the prop, gets his hands on the ball as well. Hendrik Tui finds himself out in the centres. Quick ball from Japan. There was Ono, I think, was playing for halfback. That time it was Tanaka. Sao shuffles in. Japan are very well drilled today. Very polished. Tanaka goes for a run, puts the fan on Gamanara. Loses the ball though in the tackle from his opposite. And Clancy didn't miss that one. Advantage Uruguay. Field position should be the aim here for Jesse. And he does that very nicely. Very, very nicely. Takes his team up to halfway. Fukuoka went for the run. Ball in 2 hands. Then he put it under his wing until he got clipped. Another line-out win for Japan. Very steady. Replacement going in there. Tarakawa, who we saw last week at first 5. We'll see where he's taken his place on the field. The big man. They're in close. Tanaka. Ono shuffles it on. Tarakawa, I think, might be in the centres. Luke Thompson offloads, as does Tanaka. Takayama goes straight. Mikami. Hands from Japan. Matsushima tries to slide past, but he loses it forward. Once again, nice play from Japan. Straight running, good lines. Tackle there from Givenal. That one deflects, but straight to Tanaka, who fires a big pass out. There we see Tatakawa standing in the centres. He may well be on for Craig Wing. He's a solidly built first 5, so he could fit in nicely anywhere along the back line. Leach and meters gained. Broadhurst wants a double. Tanaka. Sao. Nice from Goromaru. Matsushima does enough to score. That ball from Goromaru was a brilliant one. It surprised the defensive winger given out. And Japan are on the board once again after just a few minutes. Here we go again. Tatakawa was first receiver. Sao, half cap. Koromaru picked up a very low ball. Got it away. Kept his poise there. Reminiscent of Carlos Spencer for the All Blacks a few years back now. Fired one through the legs. I think it was against South Africa. So first try today for Kotaro Matsushima. Japan now have 4. And another 2 from the Japanese fullback. 28 points to 0 over Uruguay here, 5 minutes into the second half. There's your try scorer, and there's the score. Michael Leach, the Japanese captain, ready for the kickoff. Pablo Lemoyne. Well, what do Uruguay do here? Hendrik Tui, yet again. And once again through the first tackle. The players stay down, but it may be just because he's tired. Uruguay. Let's see if they can counter-attack. It's going to be put on the foot again. And that is a nice kick. Kept in by Kosei Ono. Fires it back to the biggest boot on the field. Ayumi Koromaru. He finds the stands. Nice defensive play from Japan. Really would like to see Uruguay run the ball back at Japan as Kessler takes over from Aboleya in the middle of the front row into the hooker's role. Aboleya there was struggling with his calf. Japanese subs as well. That's Makabe, returning from injury, an injury he suffered last November. Nice line-out win for Uruguay. Thompson wrestling for it, but Uruguay hold on. So Makabe, he is a giant. He replaced Ono, Japan's most capped player. And the changes coming thick and fast. That's Matias Palomeke for Uruguay coming on, number 19. It's the captain going off, Santiago Villaseca.
Crouch! Bang! Set!
So final 30 minutes for all of these players to impress the coaches before those World Cup squads are announced in the next couple of days. Tui's name will be there, Tanaka's name will be there for Japan, as well as Captain Leach.
He's off his feet first. Tidy it up.
Makabe needs to show his fitness is okay with a 30-minute cameo here. Tanaka. Tatakawa and at first receiver. Sao is again through the defensive line. Thompson will do that all day as he hits the line. Tanaka. Oh no. Leach gets up some speed. Hataki Yama was who started that one. Makabe is on the ball now. Look at that. He's a monster of a man. We go right hand side. Tui frees up Matsushima, who accelerates like a freight train into that one. Makabe once again. Tanaka has his hands on the ball. It's busy that way. Matsushima though dances through, offloads, and Japan score yet again. Hendrik Tui scores his third try in 2 weeks. Now that was a team effort. About 1,000 passes. Nice running, was very crowded on the right hand side as Tanaka found Matsushima. But some way he was able to dance his way through the crowd. Thompson, Koromaru up from fullback involved there. Makabe twice in the play on the right hand side. Matsushima really shouldn't have got through as he went past the new player Palomeke. And Hendrik Tui had time to put it down. Oodles of time. He scores yet again, does the Japanese number 8. Watanabe is coming on. Number 16 on his back, which is normally hooker, but he slots into the propping role. He's only 21 years of age. Well, as Koromaru lines up yet another kick, Uruguay will be looking to get on the border, not through a penalty. They'll be looking to score a try or two here and show that they are capable of that. Well, he can't convert it. First miss of the night from the boot of Koromaru. But Japan with a very healthy 33 points to 0 lead. And Uruguay are emptying the bench. There's another new sub. Guinetti jumping into the front row.
Number 1.
Roman as well, you see number 23. So looks like Uruguay played their card, or cards, in terms of reserves. Matsushima. Going wide earlier, Japan. Sao offloads to Leach. He's taken down in a big tackle. Tatakawa crawling through. Big hits. Going to ground, man on the ball. Ball's off the ground at the moment. That's Levas doing some good work. But it's released. Uruguayan reserves are coming up fast in defence. Short route from Japan as Watanabe goes through. Ono on for Tui. Tatakawa finds a hole in the defence, but he can't find his teammates. 7 phases. Tanaka goes to the foot. There's a bit of space in behind. Prada. He has Matsushima on him. That's the other Duran. Oscar Duran is out there as well, number 17. Back to Bajesi. And he'll try and clear.
Hang on, touch here.
Had his foot in touch when he threw it in, which is okay. But with a quick throw in, you need to put your foot outside of play. Can't keep your foot inside. Little lesson there. As we see Juan de Freitas come into the fray now. He got a bit of time last week, mostly blood bin for Nieto. And towards the end of the match, so Uruguay players really need to push their cases here, as we see Tanaka going off as well. Hiwasa, who started in Fukuoka, is now on the park. Sao again, taken by Villaseca. Hiwasa. A one-off pass. Oh no. Hiwasa having a look up. The big men are doing it up the middle, trying to make those yards. Henrik Tui knows how to do that. He shows the way. Hiwasa passes into the player advantage, and Japan take it quickly. Hatakeyama.
Hey, stop. Hey, it's over.
Makabe gets in there and forms a human wall in between the players.
Clear in the way to scrum half and out half. Mark is back here.
He'll be hoping he's timing his run for back from injury well, as there's only 20 days to go, and he's back on the field for the national side.
Just the captain again. Yeah. Let's go. Captain. Once again now my attention is drawn to your guys going ahead of the ball carrier in the back line. Okay?
Oh, Goromaru. That wasn't quite what he planned, but it worked out very nicely.
Be careful, guys, there's no obstruction, okay?
Clancy telling the Japanese backline to watch the obstruction as they fire the ball wide. Another clean line out with Thompson. They're looking to get their drive. It was nullified by Uruguay earlier. They keep their shape, but now they're going to go to ground. Broadhurst. A placement prop. Tanabe there as well. Another low drive. Hiwasa gets caught up. World's biggest halfback, Watanabe, in there. They've got a knock on. It did get pretty sloppy. Broadhurst asking the referee, what about the hands?
Say again.
And I think that's the final Japanese reserve coming on.
3 red, 3.
Yamashita.
Substitution.
Another front rower. That will be Takayama coming off.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Takayama, a good effort from him. Yamashita started last week. Also in Fukuoka, of course.
Scrum half. Be careful. Crouch!
Referee Cam to see the scrum here. Hidden chase the call from George Clancy. Omachaya was expecting that, I think. Shotohori asking what was going on as the halfback takes it quickly. Good chase through from Hori, but Bajesi gets it away. Alejandro Nieto has tough this one out after getting a knock in a bit of blood early on. Hendrik Tui goes for a good run. He's beaten 4. Advantage. That one went forward from the hand of Broadhurst. Disappointing for Japan, but Hendrik Tui doing it on his own. Another storming run. He has been everywhere today.
Okay, I know what you want.
Broadhurst with the throw down. 1, 2, 3 with the step. Gamanara got hold of him, and that's where the ball travelled forward. He's been a monster out there, has Hendrik Tui. 3 tries in 2 weeks. Shotohori leaves for Takashi Kitsu of Japan.
Break up. Come on, guys. We don't talk to your opponents. Concentrate on your job. Let's see a bind up from both of you.
The scrum reset. It's a bit of scrum, bit of a drive on from Japan. Pulled down by Uruguay. Maybe we'll see a set move here from the Japanese. And they call for another scrum. Going for the corner. The line out is working very well. Get some practice on that line out drive. Did score against the World 15 here with the same technique. And last week as well. Hesketh runs onto the field. He was a bit quiet in Fukuoka in Level 5 Stadium. Perhaps just the one run. Khan Hesketh replacing Male Sao. Let's see what that does to the backline position. He may go into centre. Thompson. He's had the tape removed from his head. Tui's at the back there. There's a great hit, though, to stop him coming forward by De Freitas. Japan regroup. Iwasa throws a wobbly one. He had a couple of his own players standing close wanting the ball. Thompson joking with Gamanara. Iwasa there just couldn't find his target. And they'll go for another line out.
Turn! Back to the line, guys! Back to the line! Back to the line!
Japan take it cleanly. Broadhurst is dropped, though. He's on the floor. Go for Leach. And some backup. Nice setup. Quick ruck there. Ono again. Chatakawa battering ram that time. They recycle. Tui for run number 14, I would say. It's a knock on, though.
Knock on, scrum.
So a few execution errors coming from Japan, but they're trying everything. They are playing some nice rugby.
I need you to be straight. Straight.
Last weekend's match, they dropped the ball 4 times within their own 22 in defensive situations when they turned the ball over and were looking to put it downfield. We haven't seen that today. Instead, a couple of small knock-ons while going forward on attack, hot on attack. So pressure here on Uruguay. As the scrum goes down again, Clancy thinks about whistling, blowing that whistle. Indeed he does, but it'll just be a reset.
The last couple of scrums have been poor. I need a better attitude. Come on.
So a little a wish from referee Clancy there for a better attitude to improve the scrums. So scrums haven't been good.
Bang! Set!
Once again.
Overextended down.
And Uruguay, and that'll get them down the field. Yamashita, a call on him this time. But Chassis doesn't find touch, he finds Fukuoka. Goromaru, Hesketh gets up some speed. Khan Hesketh looks inside. Not tackled, he's still going. Hiwasa, oh no. Broadhurst is taken down low by Durant. Side entry from Hendrik Tui. They go quickly. Gamanara. Not back 10. Surely Japan. Makabe's in there. Stolen by Japan. There was Watanabe, the youngster. Goromaru. Broadhurst. Nice hands. Fukuoka has the space on the outside. That was brilliantly worked by Japan. Simple hands in the end. Players running onto the ball, holding their line. Kenki Fukuoka held his ground on the outside. You see the turnover here. That was a massive hit. Is it Yamashita? No, Watanabe it was, of course. Called that earlier. And here's the hands. Oh no. Leach. Runner behind. Goromaru, Broadhurst. Drawing the player. And poor communication, really. Levas should have been on that man. Player inside of him needed to call. Kenki Fukuoka is on the board. So Yoshida started on the left wing last week. Fukuoka has had a very good game. This is just the 16th match for the national side.
Yeah, agreed. Same with you guys, let's keep the concentration.
And Goromaru finds the middle of the post once again. He's only missed once tonight. That's 40-0 Japan over Uruguay. Dummy run at the prop. Another prop, and look at that. Their final pass was a cracker. Yamashita. Sorry, that was Kitsu, the hooker, replacement hooker. Hendrik Tui offloads this time. Kitsu it is. Slick play. Yamashita taken down. They look confident, Japan. Their first up match against South Africa. The one after this one, Hesketh gets away, he's in and out. How did he get past there? The pass is needed. Iwasa
Hands on.
is taken, but Chessie gets away. Hold on to it, he's outrunning the front row. Gibanao goes to ground for Uruguay as the reinforcements arrive. Gamanara bounces off one. Levas is in there close. It could be play on, it was off the foot. Nieto is there. They're looking tired, Uruguay, but they're trying. Umachea. Chessie. Nice hands, Levas. Japan to be intent on keeping a clean sheet here. Watanabe hit 2 on his back. Intercept there from Luke Thompson. I don't think he's got the wheels to go all the way, so he puts it on the foot. But Chessie, oh, and he gets him as well. But Chessie hasn't released yet. And there we go. Clancy thought it was a bit too long. Broadhurst goes quickly. Ono sends it out to Tui. And he throws a shocker of a pass. That was end-to-end stuff. Watch Thompson here just stick out his big paw and go for a run. He tried to accelerate, summed it up, but he did well to get hold of the shirt of the Uruguayan 10. Matsushima was there, he was taken out as the Japanese players arrived. Well, I think there's a few names you can definitely put in the Japanese squad. One of them is Luke Thompson for yet another World Cup. 58th cap today. Makabe going off as Hopgood comes on. Let's hope he hasn't re-injured himself. So close to the World Cup.
Guys, come on. Listen to me. The attitude must be better. Bind up, drive straight, wait for the ball to come in. Let's go again.
Well, very clear from Clancy.
Scrum since you guys came on. Must be better.
So Hayden Hopgood played at 7 last week. He's in the engine room this week for the last 8 minutes. The Girons are on for Uruguay. Penalty scrum time becoming a common occurrence late in the game. Yamashita the call once again.
Keep them up. Just a sec.
Bit of drizzle coming down here on the players, making the ball very slippery. The camera's covered. The crowd don't seem to mind. They're carrying on. Still warm. Iwasa gets it away to Leach. Oh no. The ball shoveled further out. Matsushima. So showed a lot of energy. Fukuoka. Oh, brilliant play by Japan. There's a turnover as they just tried to perhaps force the pass one too many times. Levas and Fukuoka all over him there. You can see these players trying to take every chance to impress. Well, I think they've certainly done that if they're in a red and white jersey. Fukuoka, good hands there as it was a quick flick on. Tatakawa's got some skills. Levas is also impressed for Uruguay. A number of squads, of course, already named. South Africa, 7 players from the previous World Cup. Scrum goes down eventually. Clancy penalises Japan once again. That's 3 in a row.
We'll hook the ball then. Bind.
That time the bind on Watanabe. So Uruguay got a lot of work to do to get down the other end of the field. Need to put some phases together. And a few throws lost in the line out, taken by Durand forward.
The ball is out. The ball is out.
The ball is out. Hawasa was quick onto it, putting them on the back foot. Pressure from Japan. Forward pass there. It'll be advantage to Japan. See if they can do something here. No, they are not given the chance. Levas again, trying to take the short ball, but he was in front of the runner, and it was knocked on. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, no, the ball was out.
Kosei Ono, number 10 for Japan, has had a very good game. I think he's controlled it very nicely. Seems to be Nieto. The Uruguayan number 8 in trouble again, injury-wise. This time it doesn't look like blood. Perhaps a shoulder injury. Or just a breather. Let's have a look.
Time back on scrum here, knocked on blue.
So Japanese ball into the scrum. They'll be looking for another 5 points as well. Very good defensive effort to keep Uruguay out. Well, at the same time, you can't say Uruguay produced much on attack. Hawasa Ono shuffles it on to Tatakawa. Suddenly finds himself in space. Matsushima opened it up for him though. That's a penalty. Running behind the player. Yeah, crossing the call from Clancy. And perhaps one last chance for Uruguay to get down to the Japanese half. Win a line out and see what they can produce. And there we see it as he blocked Roman.
Just 3 minutes to go.
They do well with the line out to Uruguay. De Freitas took it on. Then it was Nieto. He puts it down and picks it up again. Can they hold on to it? They sure can. There's Nieto out there waiting for it, but he goes behind. Villaseca. Ball pops out somehow from his grasp. It's a knock on. Close contact there. Uruguay, the ball very flat. Well, they just haven't got the execution right. And the running lines and the back line. They just seem to be shoveling the ball along, and the Japanese defense is coming up nicely and just cutting them off, leaving them with very few options.
Okay, scrum half. Let's go.
Atsushi Hawasa. Yes, gets a free kick at the back of the scrum. Tatakawa hits it up. Stolen. Gamanara. A final flourish perhaps for Uruguay. Knocked on once again. And the moisture, perhaps the anxiety, sort of anxious to get out there and impress. Perhaps becoming a bit of a handbrake here for the Uruguayan players. Time ticking down.
Step back.
Not a lot of time left to impress Coach Pablo Lemoyne for a place in the squad announced tomorrow. Japan 40 points to 0. A big win, their biggest win ever over Uruguay. Took their first victory last week after Uruguay had previously won their only encounter a number of years ago. They take it to Hiwasa. Hesketh has been prominent after a subpar performance last week. Good hands from Japan, given the slippery ball. Goromaru. They look to keep it alive. Bit of a hole there, but they shuffle it wide. Ono puts it in the hands. Hesketh again. Tui back on the angle. Taken first time. This time, one of the for a rare occasion in the match. Nice jinking run. It's turned over yet again. 3-4 turnovers from Uruguay in the last 3 minutes. Hesketh gets the fend on. It was Duran who got hold of him. Oscar Duran. Tatakawa. Matsushima. Shuffles. Caught by the shorts. Advantage, says Clancy. He blows the whistle. It's a yellow card coming. Gamanara. That's enough. No discussion. He gets the first shower. Juan Manuel Gamanara. He's been very busy. But his night's over. Tatsukawa, Leach. Takes out 3 of them, including Matthias Beer, the young flanker. Hiwasa has got some space. The halfback drives on with his legs there. Thompson, 196 at halfback. And again, not too bad at all. Leach takes contact. Broadhurst looks to protect, but he's on the deck now. Hiwasa, Ono. The ball shoveling along. Goromaru, Tui. Hesketh steps up as opposition. Can't Hesketh rolls it in. Just off the foot there. Tatakawa as Clancy blows full time. Japan, a wry smile from Eddie Jones.